When my human self presents to me many challenges that burden me, my heart center shines and calls to me. This is who I choose to be. Sometimes less.
Welcome to the Vibrational Alchemy Podcast. This is Penny Fisher, and we are so glad you are joining us for this week's episode. Hello, beautiful souls. I hope you are all doing well. It is, as always, a gift and an honor to be here with you today and always. I am super excited about this arc that we're in, looking at and exploring the diamond portal. And we are going to be taking a look today and unpacking the gifts of the second of the diamond portal aspects, the diamond portal of love. So 2 weeks ago, I guess it is, episode 32, we did a deeper dive into the diamond portal itself. And if you want to check out that episode, there's a lot more information in it than what we're going to go into here. But the short version, in case you want to keep going with this before you go back, is that this sacred geometric form of the diamond holds an unbelievably high vibrational power. It is a profoundly beautiful symbol that reminds us, as it points upwards, as the top triangle points upwards, that we are connected to heaven, and that when we look at the bottom part of it, which is an inverted triangle with the point down, that heaven is connected to earth, is connected to us. Likewise, we have the two sides of the triangle, divine feminine, divine masculine. We're going to talk about that a little bit more in just a minute. But the energy of this sacred geometric form really invites us to notice that we are spirit having a human experience, and that part of our journey here is to bring heaven to earth through the experience of remembering who we are, right? This takes a lot of power. This takes a lot of energy. And so last week we talked about the diamond portal of power. And we talked about the new paradigm of power, which is the ability to hold space for source, spirit, God, creator, all that is, however you experience source energy, to come through and do what needs to be done. And I think we mentioned this last week. What source energy wants more than anything is to extend itself. And knowing that source energy is 100% pure love, what source wants is to extend love. And that's who you are. It's why you're here. It's why we exist. Because we are here as aspects of that source energy to extend love, to share love, to be love in the world. And then that inner vibration can flow out. There's a beautiful book called The Way of Mastery. And there's 3 sections to the book. The first one is called The Way of the Heart. And I came across this beautiful quote that it makes my heart sing, and I wanted to share it with you. It says this: if Source had not desired to extend love, you would never have come into existence. Your very sense of self is the result, the effect of love. The very same love that birthed the sun and the moon, all of the stars, and every dimension upon dimension upon dimension of creation. As you know yourself to be, then, you are the effect of Source's desire to extend love. You are love. You are the very essence of Source extending itself. How unbelievably gorgeous is that? And this, my darlings, my beautiful souls, this is why we chose to be here. This is why we chose to incarnate onto this plane at this time. We chose to remember, to go on a journey of remembering that we are the extension of Source, of the unconditional love of the cosmic Christ consciousness. The Way of Mastery says later on in this book, they say this: the world in which you live has but one purpose. It is the same purpose that all dimensions of creation have: to be the extension of the love of Source. For that is what creation is. And then to extend that love from that world, from that dimension. Each and every one of you have one treasure, only one treasure. It is not your child. It is not your spouse. It is not the new car in your garage. Your treasure is your reality as the unlimited, holy, and only begotten child of God. You are a field of consciousness through which Source would extend itself. You are Source energy. And as we remember that, our vibration shifts, our hearts open. And that vibration of love, of self-love, because if we love Source, and Source is love, and we are Source, then we are love. As we come more and more into alignment with that, our vibration flows out into the world. And here's the place where we're invited into this crazy paradigm shift. We are taught from a young age that it is our job to take care of everyone else, or at least that's how I was raised. It's our job to fix everything for other people, fix other people, guide them, tell them what they need to do to have the life that we think they should live, right? I'm especially speaking as a parent now. But here's the crazy paradigm shift. As we start to tap into the energy of the diamond portal of love, we cannot extend love by making others believe or act or speak or live their lives as we do. We cannot extend love by trying to, and I'm air quoting here, fix anything or anyone. We cannot even extend love by becoming healers or light bringers. There is absolutely nothing outside ourselves that can have the effect of extending the reality of Source, of extending the very joy of God. The only thing that will extend that love is for us to become love. And even as I say that, I realize I've got it wrong. We need to remember that we are love. And we do that by loving ourselves wholly, unconditionally, without reservation. And again, the Way of Mastery says it so eloquently, and this is right at the very beginning. It's page 8 at the very beginning of this gorgeous text. And it says this: you are not here to fix the world. You are not here to fix your brother or sister. It is only love that heals. And until you have loved yourself wholly, you do not in truth love anyone or anything, save in those brief moments when you let your guard down and the love of Source shines forth through you. And my darlings, this deep work, this work of coming to love ourselves unconditionally, the good, the bad, the ugly, the parts we like and the parts we like not so much. This is the reason that we need to spend some time tapping into the energy of the diamond portal of power that we talked about last week. Because let's face it, we need immense amounts of power to do this work. We have become so accustomed to living in the density of this reality. We have become so used to accepting the illusion that we are broken, that we have to be fixed, that we're not worthy of love, that sometimes we find ourselves, it feels like we're fighting for our inner lives, for the lives of our hearts. We need to do the work to deeply release that illusion of duality, because we've been acculturated to choose fear over love. We've been acculturated to choose judgment over compassion, to choose dark over light. And sometimes that darkness comes from inside of us. And it's okay. It's part of our human experience. It's such a breath of fresh air to remember that those old wounds, those old identities, those old belief systems, those old habits, that's just stuff that has kept us hidden from ourselves. The fear that we feel when we have to acknowledge the parts of ourselves that we'd really rather ignore is actually a beautiful road sign, this blinking neon sign that points us back into ourselves to show us places where we can love ourselves even more. And that's the work, right? Because when we uncover those things, how do we feel? We feel embarrassed. We hold judgment against ourselves. We feel pain or rage or grief even over choices that we've made. But when we bring them into the light of unconditional love, we can transform that heavy vibration of fear, rage, grief, embarrassment, judgment back into perfect alignment with the vibration of love. Remember, we said our new definition of power is the ability to hold space so that Source can come through and do what needs to be done. Well, learning to love ourselves requires a lot of power. And we need all of the love that we can receive from Source energy to come through and help us remember and shift all of this heaviness. So while we need the power to hold that open, now we get to move into the diamond portal of love. This portal is found within our sacred heart chambers. And if you can imagine, and we'll do this in our meditation in a few minutes, but if you can imagine this diamond shape resting inside your sacred heart space, And if you could triangulate and find the exact center, the exact balance point. Last week, my guides talked about, they called it the fulcrum point. I don't even know what that is, but when they tell me things, I listen. In the very, very center is where we find the actual portal, the actual opening. It's the place where we come into balance between what is above and what is below, where we come into balance between masculine and feminine energies. I'm not talking about sexual or gender identities. These are energetic resonances that we all have within us, right? The divine feminine being about creativity and flow, the divine masculine being about knowing when to move into action so that what the divine feminine has created can now be brought into reality, right? And when we enter into that center point, that balance point, we start to experience a place where we can release the energies of these seemingly opposing forces. We enter into a space of profound invitation to remember that heaven is not separate from earth, that creativity and flow are not separate from action. We become the bridges that join these realities. And even more than that, we become the bridges by which these two realities can become merged. We see them now as two sides of the same coin. When we think about left and right, there's this seamless flow between creativity and action, actual creation. Because what is waiting to be birthed, what is waiting to be brought into form, is love, is source forever extending itself. What is waiting to be brought into form, my beautiful, beautiful souls, is you. You as an aspect of God, source, creator, all that is. So we drop into the sacred heart space to enter the diamond portal of love, knowing that this is the only power in the omniverse that can return us to the fullness of who we are, who we've always been, who we will always be. We enter into the diamond portal of love so that we can call on the power of love to transform and transmute anything and everything within us, within our physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual bodies that holds the vibration of fear. And we allow this transformation back into alignment with the love of the cosmic Christ consciousness. We've been acculturated to be taken apart, to be separate from ourselves, dismembered, if you will, through lifetimes of shame and pain and guilt and fear. But when we come into the diamond portal of love, we will be remembered, put back together, so that we can reclaim our authentic selves. And it's only through love that this happens. So how do we enter this diamond portal of love? How do we get to the cosmic heart for all of this lovely transformation that we're waiting for? How do we remember ourselves so that we can live our lives with more balance and ease? It is through the power of your beautiful heart. And in just a minute, we're going to drop in and experience this. And this journey, this meditation is going to be very similar to what I shared in the last two episodes. However, it's going to hold a very different vibration. And so will probably be a very different experience. We're going to connect even more deeply with the pink light of the flame of love, which is part of the threefold flame. We're going to sink into the flow of the diamond light of the cosmic matrix and open our hearts. So before we start, if you are driving, walking, doing anything else that requires your undivided attention, I would invite you to either pause this recording or just let it flow over you and come back and do the meditation later. You want to make sure that you stay focused and stay safe. Okay? All right. So I would invite you to find a place where you can get comfortable, pillows, blankets, place to just relax and recline. And when you feel ready, big cleansing breath in through your nose, out through your mouth, as you allow your eyes to either flutter closed or soften. You allow your gaze to soften. And as you relax, bring your attention to the breath flowing in and out of your nose. Allow your inhale to deepen, your exhale to lengthen. Feel your physical body relax and release. And for your next 3 slow, deep breaths, allow yourself with each of those breaths to drop deeper into your sacred heart chamber. And just rest here for a minute. As you bring your attention to the space below you, you notice a beautiful glistening triangle rising up, the point facing upward. It expands and encompasses you so that you can rest comfortably within it. Rest here a moment and just feel the energy of this first part of the power of the diamond. And as you bring your attention now to the space above you, a second triangle, this one with the point facing down, drops into your space. As it seamlessly connects with the first triangle, you find yourself sitting in the very center, the balance point, the fulcrum point of this sacred geometric shape. Rest here a moment and just feel the energy, the potential of complete balance. And as you rest here, you sense that the outer points of the diamond, above and below, to the left and the right, in front and behind you, are streaming brilliant pink light into the center of the diamond. This light is streaming towards you from all directions and through all dimensions. As these streams of light converge in your heart, you sense an opening. This is the diamond portal of love. And it exists both in your heart and within the diamond itself. As this light swirls in a clockwise direction, a door opens, and you gently and easily flow through this. And you find yourself in the cosmic matrix, the river of diamond light of unconditional love. Allow yourself to float and flow in this river of the diamond light of the cosmic matrix until you find yourself resting in the cosmic heart. The pink light of the flame of love shimmers and pulses, extending infinitely in all directions through all dimensions as you float, fully supported, completely safe, infinitely loved. And as you rest here, allow your heart to open even further. You now see, sense, feel, or even imagine that there is a wall in front of you. This wall is acting as a shield that keeps self-love from entering fully into your physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual bodies. You notice now that this wall, this shield, extends all around you, above and below you, in front and behind you. It encloses and encases you. And as you rest here, you notice now a stream of pink light intensifying outside the shield. Gently place your hands on your heart, and with each breath, feel this pink light growing within you, within your beautiful heart. As it grows, as it amplifies, allow it to expand outward from your heart. It fills the space created by the shield, and as you breathe and open your heart, this pink light begins to penetrate the shield. At the same time, the pink light of the cosmic heart is flowing into the shield from outside. Little by little, as you breathe and open, the light from within merges with the light from without, and the shield begins to dissolve. Allow this to happen now for several breaths. If there is more work to be done, just stay with this expansion of the pink light and the dissolving of the shield. And when you feel ready, notice that this pink light, the power of unconditional love, infuses and permeates every cell, every atom, every particle of your being. And you know that as this happens, you are being returned to your divine blueprint of perfection, which is pure love. And you allow yourself to simply become this light of unconditional love. Rest here for as long as it feels right for you. And when you feel that the work is done, offer gratitude to the cosmic heart. Enter again into the flow of the cosmic matrix, allowing it to carry you back into your sacred heart chamber. And rest here for a moment, receiving any last messages, any gifts, remembering that they may come as words or colors or body sensations, or just a feeling of profound openness and peace. Whatever it is, just trust it. Again, stay here for as long as it feels right for you. And when you are ready, bring your hands to your heart and offer gratitude once again for this beautiful cleansing, this realignment that has taken place within you. And when you feel ready, allow your breath to bring you back into the here and now, feeling the air on your skin, the breath flowing in and out of your nose, the weight of your body on the chair, the couch, the bed, the floor. Bring some gentle movement to fingers and toes, knowing that you have now completed this healing ritual. And I invite you once again to rest in this space for as long as it feels right for you. If you feel guided when you're ready to come fully back, you might want to jot down or journal anything that was given to you or anything that you noticed. And our guides want you to know that you can enter this diamond portal of love as often as you need. I invite you to be playful with this meditation. Trust what comes. Allow yourself to have your own unique experience. The more time you spend allowing your being to be saturated with the unconditional love of the cosmic heart, the easier you will find it to live your life with more balance and ease. As you become more adept at being love, your energy will flow more easily, your heart will open wider, and you will find yourself responding to people and situations that used to push your buttons from a place of love and compassion. This shift takes time, so be gentle with yourself, my darlings, and allow this transformation to take place over time. It is big work to remember your blueprint of perfection. But remember always, as the Way of Mastery tells us, right now, wherever you are in this moment, you are the embodiment and the expression of mystery, love forever extending itself. You are the very joy of God. And my beautiful souls, that is how Source sees each and every one of you, because it's who you are. And it is my sincere wish that you would see yourself in the same way. Perfect, divine, filled with power and love and light. I am so grateful to each of you for joining me. I am Penny Starhart, and this has been the Vibrational Alchemy Podcast. Until we are together again next week, remember, you are loved and you are love.
This is who I choose.